Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Into the Breach. We are playing as the Frozen Titans. We just finished our third island, and I gotta tell you guys, I was wrong yesterday. I remembered that I have decided not to do this third island. I'm gonna do a double check anyway. Yeah, I don't want to mess with these guys. I want to just, I think we're set to go in and do our best against the final battle here. So, let's see what we can do. I will need to, like, double-check what weapons I have, though. Like, I just glanced over them, and it was like, yeah, okay, nothing that super surprised me. Oh, this. I forgot about this. Alright. But I should actually, like, remember during the battle. So what's the deal here? We have these three alphas, and I don't like them at all. We have the leader. I don't like him at all. We should really freeze him. But in the meantime, I guess I don't know where the enemies are going to go, so it's sort of hard to plan around them. But, I'd like to present an opportunity to this digger to come in and attack a mech. Because my worst nightmare is that, like, he buries himself next to a city and I can't get to him. Alright, there we go. Just put all three of them in the middle, as close to the enemy as you can get. That's strategery right there. Yep, can we have the pylons? Oh, they crushed a mountain. I thought I could count on that mountain. Well, now I expect this guy to just, like, attack one of these two groups of things. No, he's gonna go for this group. Fair enough. Is anyone gonna position themselves where I can... no. It's actually really hard to hit this guy. He positioned himself very well. The best I can see is here, right? Like, okay, there's there, there's here. These all are possible. Wow, I've never seen a digger so surrounded that he's able to attack without creating any rocks. Oh, right, and this mech can fly as well. That's interesting. Maybe I shouldn't be worried about freezing this guy yet. Maybe I should push him onto D3. Then he would take out the blobber for me, and block a spawn. Or I could push him up to D5, like coming in here and doing a push. This solves a lot of problems, right? Yeah. See, if I did that, then we'd have this pleader on the 5th rank, which means there's plenty of places I could stand my ice mech to freeze something, while also... let's see, this will be turned into lava, so we don't have to worry about these with our flying mechs. Anyway, someplace I could stand this guy and also... To freeze something and then get unfrozen, right? So actually right here might be the best spot, I'm thinking. Well, what happens if you freeze a blob? Is that, like, good? Because what I'm thinking of at the moment is... like, okay, tentatively we're going in here and we're pushing everyone, right? That takes care of these two attackers. Leaves this guy where he is. Oh, I see. I was getting my two plans mixed up. The plan where I repair this guy and the plan where I push the Firefly onto D3. And thinking that it would be possible to... how much... oh, we have a push tank, right? How much... and it does 2 damage, and so does our attack? Because I'm thinking, if we got this blobber out of the way somehow, then... well, attacking this digger pushes it into the blob and deals 3 damage to each, but it doesn't do 4. So if I could get, like, a push here, Oops, pushes this button. Push all these guys so that we don't have to worry about the fireflies attacking anything. And we deal 1 damage to this guy. And importantly, also 1 damage to this digger. No. Ugh. It's just hard to find a way to get these fireflies out of the way that does not also... Like, I can't find a way to deal with both of these, I guess is what I'm saying. That also deals with the 2 fireflies. So maybe the thing is to just let this... This alpha firefly attack the building. Push the leader down to D3 so that he kills the blobber. In the meantime, I still don't actually see how to deal with both of these. If I could push the blobber, that would be one thing. Okay, so wait a minute. What if I do something like this? Come in here and just push this blobber out of the way. So that it is getting killed by the firefly and we're blocking the alpha firefly's attack. The nice thing about that is that then the 3rd rank is open to me, so I can start trying to deal with these guys. I could then say... This doesn't exactly work that great, does it? Is there some way I can make use of my ice generator somehow? There totally is. Oh my goodness. What if I come in here and just go, bonk, you guys are all frozen. Right? I'll unfreeze from the spawner here, but they won't. I still can't exactly deal with both of these guys. Which sucks, you know, don't get me wrong. Ooh, what about some kind of like... If I have this pushing weapon, right? What if I pushed this guy? No, see, a push... I can't apply a direct push. I can attack a square and push the squares next to it. So, I could, for example, attack this building, and that destroys the bomb, causing only 1 damage instead of 4. But we then aren't dealing with the digger. And it's sort of easy, I think, to find a way to deal with the digger. I can just freeze him like this. We're taking 4 grid damage from the bomb this way, and I'd really like to find some solution to this turn that doesn't involve taking 4 grid damage. It's just like I don't see anything. Alright, so what if we go back to the original idea of pushing everyone here, right? Still doesn't help, does it? We're still taking 4 from one of these two. What if I try a push here on E4? Then we're taking only 1 damage from the leader Firefly, although we have to find some way to protect our mech so he doesn't die. But let's suppose we could do that. This, importantly, opens up an attack route for it opens up E3 for my mirror mech to come in here, or well, probably let's say my push tank to come into E3 and push this digger into the bomb. But the digger doesn't even die from that, right? He still has 1 health. And I can't use my my ice mech to deal both with the digger and with the fact that this Firefly leader is doing 2 damage and killing a mech. Well, actually I sort of could. Well, no. I can deal with one of the 2 enemies, but not both enemies. Right, the idea would be to apply a push here, sending the Firefly leader to C4. And then I could fly my ice mech to D4, the spot the Firefly leader is currently on, blocking the attack against my Aegis mech, and allowing me to drop ice on a building. Either the building on B4 or the one on F4. But we're still being attacked on 2 undefended buildings, and we've achieved a lot less than if I just use my Aegis mech to freeze these guys. Right? So I think I have to just give up on the fact that this blobber is gonna go off. If these 2 mechs had their positions swapped, if I had deployed the mirror mech on F3, F5, and the ice mech over here, I think this would be actually relatively easy. Oh yeah, that would be way better. I could put the ice mech on C3 to freeze the digger and block a spawn. And I could put my mirror mech on H3 to push the blob into the digger. And we'd handle everything. And have no frozen mechs at the end of the turn and just 1 guy spawning, which is like great. But we didn't deploy like that. So we have to... Boy. I really don't want to take 4 damage, and so I just am like desperately searching to see if there's something clever. What if I were to, say, send my ice mech here? We could apply this push. That pushes the digger into the bomb, killing the bomb. But I don't have a way to finish the digger off that also deals with the 2 fireflies, so there's not really that much point. This is a long turn 1. Wait a minute. Here's a thought. I don't have to get my mirror mech to H3 in order to shoot at G3. I have a push tank, right? I can do this. And I can even freeze my mirror mech while he's blocking a spawn. That allows me to freeze every enemy except for the digger. And I can use my ice mech to freeze the digger. The ice mech won't be able to unfreeze himself at the end of the turn, because there's no way for him to take damage. Everything is frozen. But that's fine. We'll have, on the next turn, only one enemy can spawn. And the ice mech can repair himself while the other two deal with the new enemy somehow or other. That seems really good. I'm glad I didn't give in to the 4 damage and kept looking for ways out, because I think that this is one. So we come over here, deploy this. Well, oh, hang on. Yeah, if the mirror mech could get to C3, he could use that as his platform. No, I guess he couldn't, because we need these 2 squares. No, I guess it would be alright. I could put my mirror mech over here and deploy the push tank. And then I wouldn't mind if someone else used up C3. But I can't do that. I can't get my ice mech to C3. If I could, that would be great. But I can't. So I think that we'll just commit to this line, because it is like really, really good, even if it's maybe not necessarily the best. It's leaps and bounds above everything that I just spent 15 minutes coming up with. So I'm gonna do this. God, that looks good. I don't really care where this guy stands, but I guess close to the fight is better than not. This needs to be screenshotted, right? Good turn 1. He breaks out of the ice from the lava! You guys, that is unreal. I did not even consider that possibility. Wow. That's so good. I'm sorry, sir. I cannot allow you to do this. Yeah, we're gonna have to deny that. Wait, how come I can move through the frozen... I guess it's just displaying my path wrong? Like, wait a minute. Why can I move here? Why can I move here? I thought I couldn't move through frozen guys. Oh, he can fly now. Okay. Alright, you got me. It makes total sense. This guy has to go around, but the other one doesn't. Actually, I guess what I should do is... I want to free up D3 for my ice mech to get to. So I had to move all the others, shuffle them around a bit. Oh, I don't want to freeze that guy. I want to just kill him. Which means I want my mirror mech blocking the spawn that's on the same file as my ice mech, so that I can freeze them both. Look at this. My mechs don't even do anything. Let's pick up a weapon, or a shield. There we go. Still unharmed. You have an action available. I don't wish for you to take any action, sir. Please do not repair yourself. It would cause you damage. Alright, you're gonna have a tough time, I predict. Yeah. He is an alpha, so like he's attacking us, but who cares, right? Let's just I'd like to block as many spawns as I can, of course, while still dealing with this guy. And I guess the best way to do that is just freeze him. And hang out here. We're gonna finally take our first point of damage, but that's life. I've never seen it drag only 2 tiles into lava. Usually it's 4. On both the first and the third turn. Must have like tried to pass through this building and decided it wasn't allowed to, or something. Alright, and we'll just freeze this guy as well. Mech's killed, or Vec killed is like, well, I guess it isn't 2. How many is it actually? Is it 0? I think we killed 0 Vec on this fight. It won't show me in my achievements, of course, because we already have it. But I think it was 0. I think we didn't kill anyone. There were these 4 guys on turn 1, and we bopped the blob into the digger, but that wasn't a Vec. And then we just had these 2 more spawns appear, and we, So is he still on fire, by the way? Yes. Good to know. Yeah, we actually didn't kill anyone in this fight. That was great. Just you know, it didn't matter, but it was fun. Great use of the emergency shield, or emergency freeze effect. Very satisfying. And I'm so glad that I have 7 grid power instead of 3. And also this squad feels extremely strong. You know, could we have made it through another island? Maybe. Who knows? I don't see any need to test that. Oh, I'm glad you deployed such a dumb bomb. Let's see. So an obviously appealing action is to freeze this beetle, which I could really only do by standing here. That leaves me frozen, so I'd like to find an alternative. Don't really like being frozen. It's also, turn 1 is the most important time to block spawns in this battle, because on turn 2, the lava, or tentacles, all the tiles that any of your mechs are standing on are specifically targeted to be turned into lava, and so if you can be standing on spawns, that basically destroys the spawns. So it's an extra high priority on this turn. What would be really great is if I could somehow pull the beetle up to B3 and have him attack the alpha firefly. But I don't believe I have any weapons that can pull. And I can't push him in that direction because behind him is just lava. If I could fly my mirror mech all the way to B1, sure, I can push him. But I can't send my tank there because it can't live there, my push tank. What's the order of these things? One interesting note is if we wanted to, we could... Nope, that doesn't work. We could push the alpha blobber into the path of the firefly. that would cause the Firefly to kill the Blobber, and then the bomb would go off, but the Blobber would be dead anyway. It wouldn't matter. You know, obviously an interesting possibility is to freeze these guys and block the spawn. That actually seems really good. We could also come here and freeze these guys, but that leaves me kind of high and dry, right? It's hard to rescue this mech in that case. Whereas if he's here, he self-rescues because he's blocking a spawn. And we freeze two quite important enemies. Blows up for 3. I'm thinking about putting a push tank here on F2 and pushing the Alpha Blobber in the way. The trick is I'd also like to get my Ice Mech to block a spawn, but clearly he's never going to be able to do that. However, here's an idea. Say we push the Blobber up to F4, right? We can then use the Ice Mech's push ability to protect, in quotes here, the Blobber that's now on F4, pushing the Firefly back to H4, blocking that spawn. It's not as good as blocking it ourselves because the lava won't attack it. But it's a way to block this spawn while killing the Blobber. Of course, I could just freeze this guy, right? And let the Blobber be blown up by the bomb exploding. That would work. And we'd have this guy frozen. But I would rather have this guy unfrozen and blocking a spawn. Wait, would I? Here's the thing about that. I was imagining that in this scenario... Oh, right, I'm not frozen. Right. Neither is this guy. He's unfrozen and blocking a spawn, and neither is my Ice Mech, because I didn't use my freeze ability, I just pushed him. If I instead freeze the Firefly, there's no way to get unfrozen this turn. There's nothing left attacking. So I think that this is a line that I like. It involves killing the Blobber and his things, freezing these guys, blocking all but one spawn, and leaving the Alpha Firefly alive. Let's just double check that we orchestrate this right. So, yes, we're moving this guy here, fine. We're going to be pushing the Alpha Blob to F6, so standing away from that tile is indicated. But I can't go any further than the C file because I need to get my push tank to F1. So, yeah, let's in fact go up to the C file. This way I am most blocking who might spawn here. The path he might want to take to get to something that I value. We deploy the push tank, it walks over here, it pushes the Blobber to F4, we push the Alpha Firefly back, the Alpha Blobber has taken 2 damage from the push and will now take 3 from the Alpha Firefly. The Alpha Firefly takes the damage, blocks that spawn. Okay, I'm happy with this, let's make it happen. Good turn. Good turn. Was it the best turn? Who can say? But I think it was a good turn. we got one of these spawns blocked in a productive way, which is nice. We can just keep blocking this spawn and damage this guy. That seems pretty powerful. Yeah, and then push this guy onto a spawner. And it's like, oh no, he's gonna attack, right? But then we can freeze us both. Meaning, okay, sure, he'll be broken out of the ice by the Vex spawning, but he'll block the spawn in the meantime, right? And there's honestly nothing I can do with my Aegis mech. I could kill this Alpha Firefly instead of blocking a spawn, but I'd honestly rather block the spawn. This guy is very predictable and easy to deal with. He's pinned down, and if I can just make him block the spawn for another turn, like, great. I'll just centralize to be in a better position. Actually, nothing's spawning. Great. There you go. Well, let's make a shield. Okay, that beetle's about to kill himself, so we'll just vacate. Uh-huh. Interesting. If I vacate to here, I was going to say attacking him would wake up the beetle, but I don't actually need to attack him. He's still killing himself. Who cares? Yeah, and I think I'll just come up here to block the spawn. And kill this guy. Hang on. I won't kill him. Yeah, I will. We'll let one Vec through just this last turn. Okay. Yeah, I know, y'all have actions available. Here you go, have fun. So, like, you see people on the Reddit talking about how much stronger Bethany Jones is in this squad because you start with a shield and the cryomech doesn't have to freeze itself to freeze things. But I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, but... And there are some times I've wished I had that. But there's also times, like, freezing yourself can be really valuable. We've made use of it several times in this combat. Yeah, we'll just step out of the way here. And kill off this enemy. And so being able to do that, like, we've been taking less damage because we don't have the shield, which I know, I mean, it sounds silly, but that's the way it is. It won't always work that way, but it can, and if you're careful, you can try to find more ways to make it work that way. Alright, so believe it or not, you guys, that is another win. And I felt so strong that I feel bad that I didn't go for the fourth island, but I think I was right to try to cash it in. I think we got lucky here, and also I didn't realize, like, quite how strong this squad was. After getting all the power cores we did. But, you know, my priority was in this game just to get a win. And that's because it cements the 8-game win streak that we have. A single win streak with all 8 of the basic squads. Now, so I kind of want to take Prospero, except he has this dang grid defense. So instead I'll take Herald. Mech Reactor and Mech Move are both great, and pushing stuff is fine. It's decent. I think it's better than I give it credit for, and I think it's alright, so it's probably good. But anyway, like, So you can still, there's two other squads to play with, the random squad and the custom squad, and maybe I'll do that. But, like, have a look at the statistics page. As you can see, total games 9. Remember, I did one easy run with the Riftwalkers just to get that extra coin, but I didn't lose it. But we're only going to really count 8 of these, right? 8 games we've won with all of the squads, and it's a win streak. And I could play with I don't know. The random and custom squads don't seem that exciting to me. Like, I'm sure if I wanted to play for hundreds of hours, I would get into that. But someone just now commented on a previous video episode. Who even knows which one? I don't know. Someone's telling me I did something wrong. Could have done an artillery shot about something. So anyway, we've done way better than I ever hoped that I would do in this on-camera run. I thought I'd be like, reasonably okay at the game, win occasionally, but it's on hard mode, and I'd only won, I was like 50-50 on hard mode when I started this run. Having won all of them has been a great pleasure, an unexpected honor, and I think that I'm going to end the playlist here. I'm sure I'll keep playing off camera, but just putting together this 8-game win streak has been enough for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope that it inspires you to, to play and try to improve your own game, or just, enjoy having fun with random squads or whatever you're into. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. And I should like write down how to end things so that I have a script or something, but instead I just say and keep going halfway into the intro and then backing out because I'm afraid to stop. But I guess this is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next playthrough of something else. Bye.